Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Jackson County. Our first two guests here today are some people that we're going to talk to about a very exciting thing that's going on through the JC Chamber. It's called the Anchor Awards. I have Ms. Trudi Dixon and Mr. TJ Golson. Welcome to the show. First of all, to either one of you that would like to answer that, could you tell our guests out there what the Anchor Awards are?
Sure. The Anchor Awards, Doug, were developed through the Issue Manager Group, which is a subcommittee of the Jackson County Chamber. The task, and Trudi is the chairman of this Issue Manager Group, and the task of the Small Business Issue Manager Group was to find ways to help small businesses get more out of their membership within the chamber. There are several awards like this through different chambers across the nation. We just thought it was a great time to set something like that up. The Anchor Award purely is there to promote the successes and recognize the successes of our small businesses in Jackson County. That's the bottom line, because people need to know the huge economic impact and the community involvement that these businesses provide, and so it's just a program to recognize that publicly.
And how do these businesses, do they get nominated through a process of some sort?
Yes, the nominations have already been submitted, and you could nominate, different businesses could nominate, or a corporation could nominate, and the deadline for those have passed, and we've already accepted all those. We had actually 23 candidates that were nominated, and those have been sent off to some judges that are not in this area, and they have already been selected, and no one on the committee knows who it is. They're just Carla Todd at the chamber knows the winner.
And she's not talking.
And she's not giving any of that information.
She don't want to give it away.
Right. Bust the surprise.
But the event is scheduled for Wednesday, September the 16th, and our keynote speaker is Nikki Maxwell, who is a small business, was actually the Mississippi Small Business of the year for last year. So we're very excited about having Nikki as the keynote speaker. Jerry St. Pay will be our MC and Master of Ceremony, and it's going to be a breakfast. It's going to be 8 o'clock on Wednesday, like I said, September the 16th. So please,
And the location will be?
At the Pelican Landing.
Okay.
Thank you, in Moss Point. So, like TJ said, we're very excited. This is our first Anchor Award, and we're hoping, that this will carry on. That was one of our objectives for the Small Business Issue Management of the Chamber, was to develop this awards program. So this has been probably our biggest challenge of the committee, is coming up with this awards banquet. So we're very excited. We spent a lot of work trying to develop it, and so I bet the biggest thing was coming up with the application.
That's right.
And so TJ, why don't you tell us?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's not a frivolous award, and that's one thing that I'd like to get across. And as we were talking before the program here, I never knew the impact of small business until I became a small business. And what you learn very quickly is that any community strength really is founded within a small business. Chevron, Northrop Grumman, all these large industries go to great lengths to help us be successful. And we can do that as small businesses, given tools, given some drive, and they want to get up and go every day. And there are small businesses in this county that work very hard to do that every day, and they really do need to be recognized, because it is a lot of hard work, particularly given our current economic environment. It is a lot of work to keep going and to keep afloat, and not only to keep afloat, but still maintain excellent business models and proven performance through these times. So it's just necessary sometimes to recognize folks for their hard work. The nomination form went into great detail about not only our economic performance as a company, but it goes further into community involvement, what you give back. Any business, we're bombarded every day, and Chevron is too, and you guys are too as a station. You're bombarded every day by the community with needs, or you're asked to give contributions for this or support that. We're asking you to do that today on this show. And you really have to do that because, you know, we, as a small business, we try very hard to support the community. And these awards recognize that, the economic involvement, and then
HR,
the
human resource, how you
side.
treat your employees, what benefits you offer your employees. And
Right. So it's not a one-dimensional kind of award in terms of, hey, how much money did you make this year? It goes further than that and gets to the root of what makes small business great, which is not only the economic impact, but the community involvement, and that's just huge to me.
And to be nominated for this, you have to be a member of the chamber, the Jackson County Chamber.
You do have to be a member of the chamber. And we're just very fortunate to have a local chamber that supports the small business like our chamber, the Jackson County Chamber does. And like TJ said, we're just part of the small business issue management group. And, you know, we had objectives for this year, and one of them was to spotlight a small business every week in the newspaper. So that's one of the things that we've been doing. And to offer training, we've had a summer learning training series that we've put on, and then to provide, you know, an Anchor Award. So, and the Anchor Award came up with we were just trying to come up with a name, you know, of it, and we thought about small business is actually the anchor that keeps the community grounded, both in hard times and good times and bad times. So that's how we came up with the Anchor Awards. So.
And there's not just one award, there's several.
Right,
We
there's
have
three awards.
Three awards.
There's the Rookie of the Year Award, which you have to be in business from 1 to 3 years and have 50 or less employees. Then Small Business of the Year Category 1, and that's from up to 50 employees. And Category 2 is from 51 to 200. And like I said, we have 23 nominees for these 3 awards.
Which was huge. We thought that response was wonderful.
Yeah,
given
that's a lot for Jackson County alone.
It is, but there are so many small businesses here. I mean, just the scope of how many small businesses it takes to work with the size of industry that we have here. You know, it's huge, and I don't think people along the Mississippi Gulf Coast understand how big business is in Jackson County because of some of our larger industrial clients that we have here. I know from the Cupid Sign side, it's a major part of our business, and I think any small business along the coast would say that. So it is a lot of nominees, but we also have a lot of small business here that is deserving of that recognition too.
And the winners out of the Category 1 and Category 2 will be nominated by the Chamber for the Governor's Cup Award. And so those nominees will move on the state recognition.
What type of award is this? Is this a plaque, a trophy, a cash award?
More of a trophy.
A trophy.
Yeah. We've got some nice, Anita Brooks with Geiger helped us develop some really nice looking trophies.
Yeah, we're trying to keep the nautical theme, and so.
So I'm assuming the trophies came from another small business in Jackson County.
Correct.
They absolutely did.
So that's kind of keeping the whole thing going.
You got to keep it at home.
That's right.
That's and again, as we were saying before, is that concept is so important to me. And again, speaking from experience now, before I joined the sign shop with Norman, I didn't realize that it was important for me to shop in Jackson County. I didn't realize it was important for me to take my family to dinner in Jackson County. I really didn't care. But now I have a whole newfound respect for the fact that what I spend here really does stay here. And so we're just trying to keep that message out there. The small business message is one that is very important, needs to be carried every day. And I carry it like a huge banner, if you'll excuse the pun. Every day
Looking
I talk
for
about
a sign
it.
you've got one.
Yeah, I really am passionate about small business and how it affects the community.
Well, you know, I don't have a profit business, but I've got a small business because I've got a business license. I can tell you what, it's not an easy thing to do. It's a 24-hour-a-day job.
It is.
It is a 24-hour-a-day job.
Yeah, and so and that is the purpose of the Anchor Award, is just that. It's to say you did a great job. You have been recognized by your community in doing a great job, and keep it going.
Honor these suppliers. The tickets are $20 each, and you would need to pick those up from the chamber.
And this is open to just anybody in the
It's
county that
open
wants to
for
go.
anybody
wants
that
to
wants
go.
to come out and support the local suppliers.
So it's not only just small business owners that are going to this, anybody that wants to go.
Right.
Right. And,
And we're also selling tables, reserved tables, and they're $175. And you can get those by calling the chamber at 762-3391.
or you can visit the website at jcchamber.com.
So that's 762-3391 for more information, where you can
Right.
get the tickets or anything about the event. And you can get more information on the website, jcchamber.com.
Yes.
And again, where is this going to be?
At the
Pelican
Pelican Landing,
And the date?
September 16th, 8 a.m.
And you're going to have Jerry St. Pay's going to be your MC.
Correct. And Nikki Maxwell, keynote speaker, and Manley Barton will also be participating in the program.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My buddy Manley Barton.
That's right.
My buddy Manley
He
Barton.
tends to be the voice of this area for things like this. It's wonderful to
Well,
hear
Manley's
him.
the biggest supporter of small business.
He is, and Nikki, I'm really looking forward to his presentation. Nikki will tell you, and I've heard his story a couple times. His company formed on the tailgate of a truck, and it's really a wonderful story to hear. It really did, and he's turned this Mississippi Security Police into a huge and thriving business, and it just shows you what a little initiative and foresight can do. So his is a unique story, and I'm really excited to hear him bring that to the group.
Only in South Mississippi can you form a business on the tailgate of a
truck.
pickup.
And he'll tell you that. It's great.
So we're going to hear this story that night.
It's going to be a breakfast, so it's 8
Oh,
a.m.
excuse me, the breakfast.
Yeah,
excuse
and
me,
we're
the
trying to
breakfast.
keep this to 1 hour. We understand the demands of a small business, and they don't
Yeah,
have
somebody's
time.
got to run it while they're
That's
going to
right.
breakfast.
So that's why we chose to have a breakfast and having it at 8 a.m. and hopefully it'll be over by 9. We're trying to keep the program to 1 hour.
Okay, we got 1 minute left. Any thing you want to leave our audience with?
Well, we would just, come out and support the small business by attending the awards program, and I think you'll be very rewarded from it.
And the parting shot for me would just be to recognize that your neighbor, your family, someone directly related to you has vested interest in small business one way or the other. So this is a great way to show that support, and it's something that I hope we can continue to do for decades to come.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here
Thanks,
and letting
Doug.
us
Thank
all
you.
know about this. And don't miss it. Be there. We'll be right back with more right after this. Welcome back to Spotlight on Jackson County. Now we're talking to Mr. Demp Bell of the Demp Group, and he's going to tell us more about the Redfish Cup that's coming up. It's going to be on ESPN. It's something we don't want to miss. It's going to be right here in our own backyard. Demp, welcome to the show.
Thanks, sir. It's good to be back. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're excited about having the Redfish Cup back. We were talking earlier before the commercial that this is a premier event on saltwater anywhere in America. 4 locations. This is their second trip back to the coast.
Really?
Yes. Last year was their first time on the Mississippi coast. Broke all records here on the state of Mississippi. So we're thrilled to have them back. The economic impact should be somewhere around $300,000 to the coast in 3 days. Just a drop in a bucket what it could be next year. It's the 28th, 29th, and the 30th, the end of this week. Big kickoff party is tomorrow night at the Isle at the Lava Bar. We want the consumers to come. We want to show a good old Mississippi, fill it full for those cameras and welcome these fishermen and anglers to the coast.
Great. Well, tell us more about the Redfish Cup and what people might expect when they come out to see it.
Well, this year, the Demp Group, in conjunction with the City of D'Iberville, is putting on what we call the Redfish Jubilee. The Jubilee is a festival. There's bands, music, food, children's games. Basically, there will be 2 stages. There will be the ESPN stage, which obviously is the most important stage, and every day from 3 to 4:30 is the weigh-ins. These guys, when they leave out in the morning, they have to be back and weighed in somewhere between 3 and 4:30. If not, they lose points. There's $750,000 at stake. At this event, $150,000. The top guy gets $40,000. There'll be $150,000 paid out in D'Iberville by this weekend. I've had the chance to meet a lot of them already this week as they're coming in, and we're thrilled to have them back. It's not only great for the coast, but it's also some great educational opportunities for children as well.
Yeah, I understand there's going to be some clinics, and they're going to be teaching some clinics in different places around the coast.
Correct.
Children can go, and either their dads can go and learn more about fishing and lures and all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. They'll be doing the Coastal Del Mar group. Is in conjunction with the Academy Sports, which is the one in Gulfport. They'll have all the pros over there. And they'll be doing a clinic for children, everything from conservation to health and safety, education, how to, what to do, that kind of thing. And there'll be pictures taken with them. It's a hands-on clinic. And this year, what they're doing is not only are they doing that for the children, but they're also donating $1 for every pound. So the CCA local chapter is going to receive a nice check Sunday afternoon from Redfish just because they've been on the coast. So they leave a stronger footprint community-wide as well.
That's $1 for every pound of fish that are weighed in during the entire tournament.
Correct. And we're the third stop. In Pensacola, I think in 3 weeks or 2-3 weeks from now is the finals for this year. And of course, this will be aired in the fall, and they can go to to their website, which is redfishcup.com, and it'll give the dates when this show off the Mississippi coast will be aired this fall.
But it's going to air on ESPN.
Yes.
National coverage.
Absolutely. I mean, the demographics to promote this coast, and as you know, I love this coast. I love people to know about what we have here. What I call the golden 90 from one side of this.
The golden 90.
Absolutely, from one side of this state to the other. Every community has such a richness about it and has so much to offer, not only here, but anywhere in America. We're an untapped resource down here. So when we got the chance to work with ESPN in the city of D'Iberville, of course the Demp group jumped at the opportunity. And they have just been fabulous about wanting to support the coast. So the big kickoff is tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Come to the Isle of Capri, and it's open to everybody.
Everybody wants to go.
Anybody wants to come. More than
it's a family event, really. You said
yes.
Bands, vendors.
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
The weigh-in.
Weigh-in.
ESPN camera.
There's all kind of children's activities going on. Everything from slides to chasing casts to a big Go Blue sale, which we're thrilled about. Several of the companies on the coast have gotten together, and you'll be able to buy anything from trucks to ski boats to large boats to large campers, and a portion of whatever sold, and you can't miss it because of big signs and big blue balloons promoting the Center for Prevention of Child Abuse. So much percentage out of each vehicle sold or item sold they'll cut a check straight to the Center for Prevention of Child Abuse. So it's a win-win all the way around. But there'll be plenty of opportunity for children to have fun. Saturday morning is the Moose Lodge rodeo. There'll be 200-300 kids down there, and all who wants to come are invited. They'll start at 7 a.m. underneath the pier on the back bay of D'Iberville. And then their weigh-ins and awards will be at 11 o'clock on the Jubilee stage. And they won't be able to miss it. It's right across from the ESPN stage.
And I understand that when these boats leave out of there, it's quite a sight. It's an
it's like
to watch the fishermen leave.
It is, and if people want to come down, it's going to be early, but it's a sight to see. When they leave out from under the bridge, it's kind of like NASCAR. They got helmets on, and then the boat stands straight up with the props, so they're leaving. Some of these guys spend an enormous amount of money. I was in several companies on the coast, especially shops that deal with boats. And they're already replacing props to fuel to whatever they need to make sure these boats. And they've been on the coast for now, many of them over a week, fishing our waters, finding the right best place. But the official kickoff for them is Friday morning, and then it's Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning. And the big weigh-in, the top 5, will be Sunday afternoon, and that's when we're thrilled to have the governor with us.
The governor of the state's coming down.
Absolutely. And there will be at the other exhibitors, but Marty Wilson will be there, the great painter here on the coast for wildlife, which we're thrilled to have. Also, Marlon Miller, the gentleman who does all the tree carving on the coast, has cut a redfish and is going to do one on the stage for us. And then we also have Spencer Gray out of Hancock County, a unique gentleman who makes sculptures out of things. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just wonderful to see. But he's designed a special redfish that he's made especially for this event. So we're thrilled to have all those guys participate. Great way to promote the art on the coast, as well as sportsmen.
Well, we'll have a national audience seeing what our Mississippians can do.
Absolutely, and that's my goal, is to promote this coast, and great fun for the coast. So we're thrilled to be a part of it. And they can go to the website, redfishcup.com, or if they want the schedule of the events, they can go to dempgroup.com and just slide over to events and hit redfish, and it'll pull up the schedule for the weekend.
Is there a cost or
No,
anything for
free to get in?
Free to get in.
Free to get in.
Just come and have fun.
Bring your family, bring your neighbors. The kickoff, as I said, is tomorrow night at 6. There will be a VIP area for those guys. It's a chance for the reason we set it up is a chance for the consumer to be able to meet and talk. And these guys are very personal. Would love to spend time with our coast. Loved it last year, is the reason they're back. We want to show the good old southern hospitality, not to mention the great fishing waters we have here. Some of the best in America. So we want the consumers to come be a part of it.
One of the mayor of D'Iberville, Rusty Quay, was on the show not long ago, and he was telling me one of the things about this, and I think this is kind of neat. All of the fish that are caught are kept alive, taken care of.
Oh,
at the end of this event, they're taken out into the bay and released.
It is.
I think that's kind of cool.
Well, it is, and the process just to watch that. I mean, this is high dollar in order to keep these fish alive. If a fish dies, they're docked so many pounds, which is the last thing they want. So these guys go to great length and high dollar boats to be able to keep air and fresh water to these fish. And then they're handled very carefully once the weigh-in is, so they can be released. So it's their top priority, the fish are.
So we're actually conserving our redfish by just catching them, weighing them, and releasing them.
Absolutely.
That's a really cool thing that y'all.
And that's one of the reasons they're doing the educational thing on Thursday at Academy, is to teach the children to do that and the importance of our resources. So it's just a great thing all the way around, and we're proud to have them back on the coast with us, and we're hoping to have them back next year. I got some possible dates already, so we'll see what happens, but we want everybody to come out and be a part of it.
Well, we're just proud that y'all are doing something like that, and that ESPN is giving the coast of Mississippi this national coverage. Demp, this is a nationally televised event on ESPN, and it's a family event, and the big excitement is when at the end of the day.
You bet. It's all built around the weigh-ins. All across America, they can't wait to get the weigh-ins. And it's an exciting thing to see. The crowd loves it. Even if you don't necessarily like to fish, you'll get caught up in the excitement. These guys come on stage, and it's bigger than life, to holding up these fish, and ounces make all the difference in the world. So from 3 to 4:30 is the weigh-in. Our stage, the Jubilee stage, and all the music will die down, and it's all about the weigh-ins from that time. These anglers have to be back and weighed in on stage between 3 and 4:30. And it's exciting just to watch that process, how they get weighed in. So we want to encourage you guys to gather around the stage, bring your children, bring your neighbors, and have a blast with this thing, and support the coast as we market, literally take front stage across North America on the Mississippi coast in this particular program with ESPN. So it's just a great thing for the coast.
Absolutely, and these guys have to really scoot out there, find these fishing grounds that they've already scouted out, fish, but they got to get back, and they know they have to be back at that certain time.
Absolutely. Believe me, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for them, and it is time management. They're not just out there killing the day. It's big dollars involved in them for them. And just to watch these boats and how they're rigged, and some of them are really comical guys. They're just funny to watch. I mean, they really are. But they're all down to earth. They just having a great time and a great sport. What a way to make a living, huh?
Yes, it is. But somebody can come out with their family. They can have lunch. They can be entertained by bands. They have all these things they can look at, and then boom, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, ESPN stage lights up.
Absolutely.
Cameras rolling, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely.
See what they bring in.
At the end of each day after the weigh-in, there will be music, different things going on to 7:30. Every night after 8 o'clock, from 8 to 10, is what we call after hours. It's kind of a wind down back at the aisle at the lava bar. The fishermen will be in there to meet and greet people and talk about what they did that day and the great waters of Mississippi. So it's a way to get the consumer back in front of one-on-one with these anglers from across the country. So we're excited about that. And appreciate them willing to do that.
Got about 30 seconds, Tim.
Okay.
Anything you want to leave us with?
Well, we want people to come out and promote the coast. Call their neighbors and come out and have a good time. What a way to put our best foot forward across North America. Let's show our support to the coast. Thank you guys for allowing us to come on and talk about it.
Oh, well, we appreciate you being here.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
No problem. And don't miss the Redfish Cup. Take your family, go out and have a good time. And thank you for joining us for this portion of Spotlight on Jackson County. See you again next time.
As our